Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh man, I look so casual.
Welcome to Casual Chat.
Casual chat.
It's Chat Point
Chat
because
Point here.
we do not have the full set ready, and nor
To be truthful, we don't have like any of the checkpoint set ready.
no
No.
nor the time to really do it.
No.
So instead, we're gonna just sort of talk about some gaming news that we
Yeah.
So
Chill point. What with the fixed
found-
AC? Well,
you say fixed AC is not really.
It's in process.
Yeah,
It's in process.
They put a thing on the roof and then left. Apparently, this was always the plan. That was just never communicated to us.
Yeah.
So we should have working air conditioning by end of day Wednesday. So that'll be good.
wish I hadn't made that joke in feed dump
Oh, about the air conditioning thing?
about the quitting.
Oh.
I'm obviously not gonna quit.
Yeah.
And it is cooler in here than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I think the AC has helped. I just don't think it was so like it was just very hot in Victoria. It was like, by Victoria standards, getting up to like 24, 25 degrees during the day, which
Also-
is not actually hot.
There's the in addition to lack of AC, there's also a lack of like opening windows. Like it wasn't that hot outside. Like it wasn't bad outside, but here in the office, you know, we're doing lots of work, plus the windows don't really open,
Yeah.
and so it's basically just kind of a greenhouse effect.
Mhm.
So yeah.
It was not good. Apparently, I'm blurry because I'm not on the same focal plane as everybody.
Well, whose fault is that?
I think it's actually just the width. It's this camera gets a little blurry at the edges. You can move in a bit if you want.
Yeah,
You can
unfortunately,
actually
this
move a little
chair,
closer too.
Well, like unfortunately, this chair is super wide.
It's the only one. You can grab one of those. It's the only one it's the first one I grabbed. I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's so wide compared to the other chair.
Alright.
That's why I was sitting on an angle. I'll be
Wide.
right back. It's very
So-
comfortable.
So yeah, obviously this is not the standard checkpoint setup,
Yep.
but we can talk about some gaming news that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, should I get my phone so I can read the notes I made?
You can.
I'll read
I
them
have
off
I have it right here.
here. Oh, great.
So first of all, I'll start with
Oh, that's better.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I did a thing for it.
Mm. Oh, let's switch over to.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda is done, and goodbye. This was the statement from apparently the Mass Effect Andromeda team. Since the release of Mass Effect, we've worked hard to address feedback from our community because everyone thought it was bad. From improving animations to expanding customization options, we look to respond to your concerns. With each patch, you let us know we were headed in the right direction, and we're grateful to everyone who joined us on this journey. We're proud of what we've created.
And now we're stopping.
Our last update, 1.10, is the final update. So they're just like, okay, it was bad. We've been listening to your feedback. We've been improving it, and every improvement we make, you guys are like, yes, that's the correct thing to be doing, and we're done. No DLC, no patches, no support. Done.
I think they said there's mobile stuff coming.
Multiplayer.
Multiplayer stuff. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Multiplayer stuff.
Single is just single player. Like, seriously, no DLC, no patches, no support. They're just like, whoop,
So
bye-bye.
Mass Effect is dead.
Mass Effect Andromeda, at least,
The
yeah.
Mass Effect
Yeah.
franchise is dead.
Rivioletta
Until
says,
they
fucking rude
reboot it.
for such an expensive game. Especially a game with a season pass.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, like previous Mass Effect games had about sort of a year or two worth of stuff that kept sort of being added to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of awkward. Obviously, it didn't turn out so good.
Yeah. But maybe one day. Maybe one day Mass Effect, the franchise will return.
I'm sure they're already working on something else.
Speaking of franchises that I did not expect to return, I don't have a lower third for this.
I didn't tell you lower thirds for my little
I know.
thing that I wanted to chat
What?
about.
But
Hang on, let me think.
what I don't even know what you're trying to transition into.
Well, they're doing a remake of Fear Effect,
Ah,
which I'm going to leave more like Ass Effect up there because that kind of works.
yeah, it's the
Fear of a new game.
because they're doing because there was like a Kickstarter for an actual like new Fear Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people, the people making it, Sushi, did the Kickstarter for Fear Effect Sedna.
Right.
Yeah, and that's coming out in 2018. But they are also working on
An actual remake of
a remake of the original Fear Effect, which was sweet. I quite liked the original Fear Effect. It was very like, it was very sort of like intentionally edgy at the time. All the marketing the marketing for the second game, the marketing for Fear Effect Retro Helix was a lot more like blatantly like, look, there are lesbians. Whereas the first game was actually just like, look, our main character's a woman and she's hella sexy. But it was also like super like
wasn't the second game
edgy and gory.
One of the few actual like M-rated.
I think they both were, and all the Resident Evil games were M-rated.
For some reason, I thought the second game actually got like a different rating than the other.
No, I think there was. They were like talking about it. Maybe I think this was all sort of again tied into the marketing, but the visual style that was ultra creepy. Yeah, it was weird at the time. Like it was still like it was weird even then. The visual style was cool, so it was much like the early Resident Evil games with the pre-rendered background and then the live rendered characters. But the pre-rendered backgrounds were video. Right. So there was lots of stuff happening. The environments looked amazing. And then the characters were this sort of like cel-shaded kind of this is like really cool visual style. And it was the same, but it was the same sort of controls. It was like the tank controls, like up goes the direction your character is facing, not necessarily up on the screen. And it was all like, it was like anime and ninjas and two guns at the same time, and like I said, it was all very like, all very the sort of stuff that a teenage boy would love, obviously. And yeah, I'm just glad that they're remaking it, because they were actually pretty important at the time for what they were doing, both like thematically and visually and stuff like that. So yeah, apparently they're doing a remake of it, also intended to be out in 2018 for PS4, Xbox One, Windows PC, and Switch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
A
lot of people saying that Andromeda didn't have a season pass, Graham.
Someone told me they did. I was reading that they did.
All right. The next one. Oh, okay.
Oh, I got some other stuff. What do you want to talk about?
Oh,
or Kathleen, you want to talk about something?
Yeah, I need to see the thing though.
All right. Well.
Mass Effect did not have a season pass. You're right.
Okay.
The Sims 4 is getting a new expansion called Cats and Dogs.
You get cats and dogs.
And
they're
you can
customizable.
Yeah, there's a create a pet tool allowing you to customize your cat or dog down to their age, breed, personality traits. You can even mix multiple breeds together. You can design their coat, like with a palette of patterns and colors.
If anybody wants me to post sort of detailed pictures of Baxter, so you could make your own Baxter. He is 4. He's a Maine Coon. His personality is entitled. And of course you can... But sweet and loving.
You can also get a variety of outfits for your pet, as you may expect.
Of course.
So yeah, this is I believe there have been pets in previous Sims games, but this is a lot more in depth than it has been previously. Veterinarians are also now will be a occupation. You can build and run a vet business. So yeah. Oh man.
Need some.
And you can do fetch obstacle courses, and you haven't said what the price point is, but it's gonna be great. It's like Nintendogs or Cats, except it's in The Sims.
Oh, you got that? Alright, sweet.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, let me just change my lower thirds here because I didn't know I had to write them.
I mean,
don't have to.
You don't have to.
Well, I have the option now.
Oh, it automatically capitalizes it. Nice,
Yes.
Paul. Thank you.
Okay, how do I update it?
You just hit return. There.
Wow, that's amazing. Paul, is this web app new?
Nope.
Huh. Okay.
At some point, we're going to transition it so that like actual Checkpoint uses that as well, so we don't have to go into XSplit each time.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so now just a joke's lol. Why so serious? Because there's a game called Immortal Planet that came out, and there's some patch notes for the game that said added good ending, and people were like, oh shit, a new ending. And like the thing is, added good ending, the default ending of this game gives you a got bad ending Chivo in Steam. So we were like, oh, finally, the good ending. Okay, how do I get this? So, and it's kind of like a Souls game. So people, I'll just quote the article here. Players banded together to solve the mystery. They completed the game in multiple different ways. They took on the bosses in different orders. They sifted through the lore. They hunted for clues. Some people spent dozens of hours on this because one of the game's writers, who was going by the handle Shard, would drop hints in the game's Discord from time to time. And then
So mean.
after a week of all of this, people got really fucking mad. And then they were like, fuck it, data mine it. And they were like, wait, there's no new ending files. What the shit? And then after that happened, two things occurred. One, a new patch note was released with the note, removed good ending due to popular request. And then the writer was
such
like...
a dick move. I love it.
I was actually, like, I thought it was a joke. I was just trying to get you guys to look at some lore. I wasn't trying to steer you guys to this mythical good ending, and people were really mad. And here's the developer, which is basically was like, look, it was supposed to be a joke. It was a reference to my old game, which had a good and a bad ending, and I was planning to add a good ending to this game, but it didn't sell enough, so I'm not going to. And then this is a direct quote. I didn't realize there are people who take these things so serious, and it kind of got out of hand, said man who had never been on the internet before.
But
I never intended to trick anyone into playing the game longer than they wanted, and I honestly did not imagine that anyone could take it to such a length. I don't feel like I owe anyone an apology. Frankly, I think it's ridiculous how serious some people are taking this.
Wow, it's your game.
It's your game, you asshole. They're your fans.
Well, the thing is, I think the problem, it seems like there's a communication thing, because the developer just put it in the patch notes because he thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
This other writer is the one who was like egging people on.
Yeah, but don't put like a patch note in for a secret ending if you don't want people to look for the secret ending or take it seriously. This is the internet.
Yeah.
Look at what people have been doing with the fucking Mount Chiliad mystery. They've been on it for 5 years.
But
and now it's sold and dull. But like,
I mean, the idea of putting jokes in your patch notes, I definitely get behind.
yeah, but not jokes that are like just misleading, right? That's the problem. Like jokes, lol. But like not, I've added a good ending.
Also, it was a reference to his previous game, which did have a good and bad ending.
Yes, but like, I still think that was not a funny joke. I don't think that's a good idea. Some people are saying that he did this because he wanted to game the Steam numbers to make it look like people had played it longer than they had. Maybe. I think this was just like a lol thing that got way out of hand. It's just like, yeah, I don't think that kind of joke is... I don't think jokes that are easily misinterpreted are all that funny.
You're writing something?
Yep. I put an image in there. It's going to obscure Kathleen's face, but we have this image drop zone. They made Chun-Li's face better.
Okay, I don't know if you guys saw this.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, we can make it bigger.
I'll move it.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, if you can see above my head, let me read that. Thank you. Chun-Li in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity started out looking like the one directly above my head, and people were like, what happened to her face? I think they tried to make her look cute. She's got like big eyes and pouty lips, and she's like, ooh, and it's like discerning,
And
not discerning, it's disconcerting.
Like a little button nose.
Yeah, she looks very cute, which is very weird for Chun-Li because, and I've written here, Chun-Li is someone who could crush your head with her thighs. Fortunately, feedback was heard and received, and now Chun-Li looks like this, which is much more what we remember her looking like, as in like a normal human who is not here to offer you sexual services. She looks like she's coming on to you. Like this one?
When the trailer for that game came out, people were like, "Oh, that looks super sweet," except for the actual visuals, which everyone looks weird.
Yeah, Dante also suffers from like weird ugly face.
Ken, I think, also was looking kind of strange.
Yeah, but Chun-Li here looks like she's like this is just not Chun-Li. But anyhow, now she looks like that, which means she looks like someone who could not only crush your head with her thighs, but she would welcome crushing your head with her thighs.
Nice.
She looks like she'd be into it. Much better eyebrows in the after pic. Yeah, she looks like some sort of... Oh, that's what I mean. Like she looks a little bit like a creepy real doll.
Hmm.
Just, I'm getting like a sex kitten vibe, which is so inappropriate for the character.
Paul, what you got? Oh yeah, right.
Ken's not in the game.
Oh. Well, someone mentioned Ken.
Okay, so this is just something that I was reading about that I thought was kind of fun. So there's a story on Gamasutra. There's a developer called Berserker Studios, or just Berserk Studios. Sorry, and so they're a little indie developer, and they had all sorts of ideas for, they had ideas for how to they wanted to make a big console game, and they're like, how do we fund this big console game we want to make? Well, you could do Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whatever, or do various things. And what they decided to do is in order to fund this big console game they want to make, they made basically like a little clicker kind of game, like a really simple little game where you can just go in and do stuff, and it has like microtransactions in it, and it's got it's apparently it's not like an egregious in terms of microtransactions and stuff, but it's got you can watch ads in order to get more of the points and stuff like that, right? But as you're playing the game, whenever you are spending money or watching ads or whatever, it's like the idea is that you're not just doing that to to get your whatever to play the game. Implicitly or explicitly in the game, it says thanks for watching this ad, you're funding this other game that we're working on by doing that. And also the game, this clicker game, which has actually become relatively successful as a game, it's been downloaded thousands of times.
Thanks, Thromborax.
It's been downloaded
in process.
It's been downloaded thousands of times.
Yeah.
And so they also have basically this game actually kind of acts as a sort of a Trojan thing where they can, because they have a system in it where they can send updates about their development process on this game that they actually want to make.
Yeah.
So they have a little thing that boop, pops up and hey, we're doing a stream of our current development build of this thing. So basically it this game that they made kind of ends up being a mailing list, or they've almost sort of gamified the just the subscribing to their mailing list process or sponsoring them process, is that they've sort of made a game and then actually made the game so that it's doing all the things that they want to do in terms of marketing.
What's the name of the clicky game? The chat needs to know.
The clicky game is called Zombiddle. Zombiddle. Zombiddle.
Now, I saw someone ask...
How do you spell that?
Zombiddle.
Zombiddle.
Okay.
I saw somebody ask, why not just Kickstart it? I can think of a couple different reasons. One, it's very hard to get a game kickstarted if nobody knows who you are or what the game will be.
Yeah, your Kickstarter might just fail. Which is fine. A failing Kickstarter is not a sign that your game is bad or that you're bad, but if you don't have a high profile, the chances of you successfully launching a Kickstarter are much lower.
Zombidle. Zombie and Idle. It's an idle game.
Right.
There we go. Also, then, doing it this way means that you still get funding that you can use to spend on the game, but you're not beholden to the backers.
Right.
Right.
And it's not, they've been very open. They're sort of in addition to this or as part of this, they're actually very, they do they actually like do development podcasts and Twitch streams and stuff of them actually like literally programming the thing. So they're very like open about their development process. But it does have that thing where you're not doing the running into trouble where you promise a whole bunch of stuff and then can't do it, right? It's more, I mean, making a game and then making money off the game to make another game obviously isn't that new an idea.
No, I believe that's actually technically how most games get made.
but sort of making a game explicitly to kind of market a different game, I found kind of interesting.
I'm going to talk about some Xboxes.
Some breaking news.
Nope, because I can't confirm that. But instead, I want to talk about.
Oh yeah,
Microsoft is doing some new Xboxes, and here's one of them. Whip!
woo!
Check it out.
That is super dope.
It's super great.
That's a really, really good Xbox.
It's a Minecraft themed Xbox One. Don't know why that didn't work. Hang on. There we go. With a creeper controller. Well, actually two controllers. So there's a creeper controller with, it says TNT on the back plate. The other one is,
a pig.
for some reason, is a pig.
It's got the thing, the sticks where its nostrils are. I love that.
And the back of the Xbox is a redstone circuit, which I think is pretty sweet.
That's a really, really good design.
That's like one of the only special edition Xboxes that, or like consoles that is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I think
Most of them are kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking as somebody who has a Gears of War 3 Xbox.
To be fair,
not,
you didn't.
Not because I wanted.
I was going to say you did not choose or pay for it.
No.
So yeah, that's really sweet. There's another one that they're doing, which is a little weirder. So you recall that the Xbox One X
Project Scorpio
used to be called Project Scorpio, and they are releasing there's no picture. Oh yeah, there is. This is the actual thing. Hello, open image in new tab.
won't work.
That image no work.
Doesn't like that image. Yeah.
Oh, it's
provider.
from-
Yeah, it's probably
It's
because
from
it's like
Pinterest.
it's not actually like a real image.
Weird. Okay. Well, we can't show you that. But anyway, so they're releasing a Xbox Scorpio limited edition of the One X. That it's just black, so it looks very much like an Xbox One X, but in very small green lettering it says Project Scorpio.
Yeah.
And that's it. And this was we designed the Project Scorpio edition for fans to celebrate both our heritage and the power and precision we're bringing into the future.
And
What does that mean?
well, the box looks like an old school
Looks like an
Xbox,
old
too.
Xbox, yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Like I don't know.
I think the
How-
Xbox Scorpio is still cooler than the Xbox One.
Yeah, but
Xbox One X.
I mean, how big of a console fanboy do you need to buy the version with the code name, like the internal code name of it? Is it going to be more expensive?
I mean, it's
No, it's the same price. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be $4.99, like the 1 terabyte Xbox One X version.
Doesn't seem very special.
How is that for the fans? Is that a thing that fans want? I don't know. I can't speak to that. It's not something I want.
Isn't it
seems,
also
seems like an odd thing to make.
Isn't the actual like font in the console different too? I thought there was a thing about that.
The package will the edition will also include a sophisticated and dynamic graphic pattern across the exterior.
I mean, maybe it just doesn't
Isn't
show
it
up.
black?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like black on
The
black.
package will also include an exclusive vertical stand.
Hey, the Xbox One regular can't stand vertically,
Yeah.
so
It
it's a huge improvement.
Doesn't say anything.
Give it the original Xbox controller. Yeah, Controllerzilla.
Exclusive verticality.
Yeah, they should have actually, like, the box that it comes in looks like an Xbox original, but the console itself doesn't actually, which is kind of lame.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got going on here?
Oh, I forgot to change the lower third. Oh well.
Why do I always look so out of focus? Maybe my eyes are out of focus.
No, I think it's the we have had some issues with this, the like edges of the camera being not as in focus as they should be. I don't know. This is pretty cool. So Gamescom is this week, starting tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
So
I already know people who are in Germany.
as with E3, and various other conventions, all these companies start announcing things like before the thing, just to kind of get their stuff out there. But anyway, so Jurassic World, the Jurassic Park, or sorry, Jurassic World Evolution, which is the next movie, I think. Oh no, sorry. The next movie for Jurassic Park is called Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. There's a game coming out to coincide with it called Jurassic World Evolution that is being made by the people who made like Planet Coaster and also Elite Dangerous. So Universal and Frontier Developments. So it's basically going to be like, it's like, you know, theme park simulator, but you're making Jurassic Park. And so basically it's like, I mean, there's no way that could possibly end in...
I saw this story too, and my like take on it was like, I can't wait for the first YouTube video where somebody makes a roller coaster that it takes you like 1,000 in-game years to get to the end of the line, and you were eaten by a T-Rex. Right?
There's just a T-Rex at the end. But it's like, you know, I was just thinking, like, you know, you play like SimCity or City Skylines or whatever, right? And there's always the thing where like you build the city and then you're like, monster attack, right? That's what this game is. You're literally building a thing with monster, and then presumably the monsters always get out.
Mr. Dinosaur Bones Wild Ride.
Like
what was that? Was it called Mr. Helix? Remember the cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In original Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
A lot of people making this joke.
Dino DNA.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that character was called.
I think, but like I would hope that the game is set, like the thing is set up so that just like increasingly difficult or hard to manage, like dinosaur attacks happen, or dinosaur escapes, or stupid people doing stupid things.
No, it's just Mr. DNA, according to a couple people in chat, Inkslayer and T. Stodden.
It's okay, I've moved on.
They've learned to ride coasters.
Yeah.
They can't engage the safety bar though, so like the first time they go down, they're just going flying out of the cart.
Right, that little arms would be perfect for the safety. Just...
They can't get them over their heads to pull it down.
So this is based on the new series. Yeah. So it's like on the new island.
The Chris Pratt verse.
Yeah.
Though I think isn't I want to say Jeff Goldblum involved?
I don't know. Sorry, I just got distracted imagining the Chris Pratt verse, or just everyone is Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Like a terrible Eddie Murphy movie. Alrighty.
I got something else.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I've got another thing, but I didn't like write down notes. I just spent a long time reading about it. So, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah. So a couple announcements from Bluehole regarding PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
It's a bad developer name.
Yeah.
Black hole was probably taken.
Yeah. So previously,
Dank hole.
It was announced that Microsoft, or that it was announced that for consoles, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds would be coming exclusively to Xbox One. But it's actually totally unclear whether that is a timed exclusive or not,
Or
because
an exclusive.
because it might be. But they did recently announce that not only that, but actually Microsoft themselves will be the publisher, which
so
is
it's
kind
probably
of
exclusive then.
not necessarily, which is kind of a big deal. I've been trying to track it down, and they're actually not saying, which makes me think that it's not an exclusive.
Yeah, they'd be probably trumpeting it pretty big if it was. Like, I'm trying to think, because that's the thing, like, I don't know.
I mean, it's win-win for Microsoft, because even if people, like, if they're the publisher.
Yeah, a console launch exclusive on Xbox
there
One
you go.
is what they are saying.
There you go.
So not exclusive, but Microsoft will still make money every time somebody buys it on PS4, which they will.
Well, there could be
No,
a different publisher. For
They're
PS4.
Microsoft is gonna be the publisher to bring it to Xbox One.
Oh, I thought they were going to be the console publisher.
Only for Xbox One. But someone else, it could be Sony in-house, it could be, I don't know, Activision or someone, or maybe Bluehole does it themselves.
I feel like maybe Bluehole was just like, who wants to give us money? Who wants to give us money?
That's probably
give us
it.
money, give us... And people
Yeah.
are like...
I think, like, I'm trying to think of any games that are console that are like either console exclusives that also have a PC version. It's not very common.
It's
Like-
getting more common. Final Fantasy 15 is coming to PC.
It's true, it's coming to PC now.
And, like, Dishonored went from console exclusive to being on PC as well, although the
But
PC of Dishonored 2 was bad.
Isn't it also for Xbox?
Well, I thought you meant console exclusive.
No, I just mean like
Oh, just
exclusive to one of the
exclusive to one
consoles, but
console.
then also like usually if you do an exclusive to a console game, it's going to be just on that console.
Yeah.
Once you bring it to PC, it's like, well, we brought it to PC, we might as well bring it everywhere. Or if we start a PC, there's no reason why we can't bring it everywhere else.
But you know who's not going to be publishing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, at least according to Bluehole, is Tencent. Because
they own enough of the gaming industry, damn it.
Well, so a Chinese publication claimed that they published a story claiming that Tencent had invested in a large part of Bluehole, and Bluehole themselves have said that's not the case, and the original source has updated with Bluehole's statement, but still stands by their source, which is weird. But we've talked about Tencent before. Tencent owns
Riot.
Riot, and they distribute Candy Crush. They own Supercell, who makes Clash of Clans.
I believe they just own Candy.
They have a stake in Activision Blizzard.
More than 10 cents, let's say.
Yeah, they have significantly more than 10 cents. Yeah. But hey, speaking.
Did that chat stop?
No, it's just slow. Speaking, also, because we were talking
Oh,
about
half of Epic. There you are.
The exclusives. I can't find a source for it, but it was something I saw on Twitter a couple days ago, which is that the Xbox One has had it's like single digits. It's like 5 like legit exclusive games, and the Switch since launch has already had like 17.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but everything
that's
Nintendo
not.
does,
Yeah, it's like the
that's a
Wii
bad
U had ton of
comparison.
exclusives too,
Yeah.
because you can't make things.
No, I
for-
know. It's just it's the comparison was pointing out that there are so fewer exclusive for the Xbox One,
Yeah, I guess.
and
But
that
I mean,
it's taken a real beating.
most of the as people have pointed out though, the a lot of, because of Microsoft's whole Windows 10 gaming thing, a lot of the Xbox One exclusives do come to Windows, because it's a very similar API. But I mean, for Wii U, I think it was almost all exclusives.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, right, here we
it
go.
couldn't run normal games.
Yeah,
So
it's
here's-
a bad comparison point to compare Nintendo exclusives to anybody
I found
else's
it.
exclusives.
Well, still, here's the 2016 and 2017 retail exclusives for Xbox One: Forza Horizon 3, Gears of War 4, Quantum Break, ReCore, Dead Rising 4, Halo Wars 2, Crackdown 3, whenever that comes out, Super's Lucky Tale, and Forza Motorsport 7. And then the Switch, since launch, but to the end of the year, we'll have seen Breath of the Wild 1-2 Switch, Mario Kart 8, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario X Rabbids, Pokken Tournament DX, Super Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You know, almost all of those are first or second party Nintendo games. In fact, I think almost all. I think they all are.
Yeah.
So that's very different.
So again,
and Nintendo is like, we make games for our own system.
Yeah. Again, the comparison is not because you pointed out correctly that the Wii and the Wii U had tons of exclusives. The point is not that Nintendo's doing anything necessarily different. It's just that there's fewer for the Xbox than there have been in previous generations.
Yes.
Comparatively.
I said all of those, or almost all of those, are first or second party.
Like, how many non-exclusive titles are actually coming out for Switch?
Also, I feel like people are like, well, Mario XCOM is third party. It's like, yeah, but like to get the Mario license, part of that is to be exclusive to a Mario console.
But yeah, Microsoft has been trying to push the like publish on Xbox One, also publish on PC thing for years now.
Yeah.
And theoretically, it's kind of starting to get traction, but it's still a little wonky. What else we got going on here?
That was everything specific.
So there's a very interesting article on Kotaku about like how crappy Undertale's sort of fan community became.
Really?
And sort of because spoilers if you haven't played Undertale, if you want to go completely fresh into Undertale, walk away now. Mute your computer, go make yourself a cup of tea.
You can mute it, you don't have to walk away.
Well, just because you don't want to sit here watching a silent TV wondering what we're talking about. Okay, I feel like I've given everybody an appropriate spoiler warning, okay? Oh yeah, a lot of people being like, wow, Undertale has a very, fan community turning crappy. Here's the deal with Undertale. If you play through and you kill things like random monsters and stuff, because you can kill almost everything in that game, it affects the ending you can get. And it's not just like, well, okay, I got the bad ending that game, I'll just start the game again, then I'll get the good ending. No, you can't get a good ending once you've gotten the bad game, because the game remembers.
It's tied to your Steam account. Yeah,
it's tied to your Steam account. So unless you want to go and play on a completely different Steam account, which is a huge pain in the ass, you have to get the good ending, you have to go through the pacifist run first, which is where you don't kill anything. And the game drops several hints when you start playing it that you can use mercy and you can negotiate and stuff like that. But also, if you're approaching it from the traditional, like, oh, this is like a traditional RPG thing, you're gonna kill things because that's what you do, right? We've been sort of conditioned with all the RPGs we've played over the years. So a lot of people in the Undertale community really feel very strongly that the first time you go through, you have to play a pacifist run so you can get the most of the story. And of course, this is sort of turned from, hey, just fly, to people getting really mad and sort of abusive and just sort of toxic to streamers and YouTubers and stuff who would go who would go in and be like, hey, I'm going in blind because I want to play the game myself, and then just get inundated with people saying you have to play this way, you have to play this way, you have to play this way, and then when people get and then people getting really physically angry with them, or saying that they're bad people for not playing a pacifist run, because if you know a lot about the Undertale lore, if you don't you find out all the things that you killed had feelings and stuff like that, and it makes you feel even worse. So all of this stuff, right? Apparently, I don't know. It's only a 2-second stinger, and only if you go for total genocide, apparently. You can get the good ending after a neutral ending. The point being, people are just very concerned that everyone's going to have the best experience, and they want to get them to get the most out of the game, and the sort of an unintuitive way to play the game is to not kill anything. And people, of course, have taken that to the extreme and made the community very, crappy and what's wrong with you? You did a genocide run? You're a bad person. Or how do you not know the right way to play the game? I've been here telling you how to play the game and all the correct choices to make, and it's sort of turned people off a little bit. But the community has died down a little bit, so thank God. So yeah, there you go.
You want to make sure that people get the most enjoyment possible out of the game, and you will berate them until they do. But
apparently you can't even get the good ending the first time, and that's not the problem with the community. The point being, I have not played Undertale. I'm just gathering this from my research, so I'm just going to be frank with you. But the backseating is strong in Undertale. The issue is that that people don't want to let streamers and YouTubers and just their friends like play the game. They're just like, what do I do now? They're like, they insist on telling people how to play it.
And I think
get the best experience.
Part of the thing with Undertale,
which is really irritating.
Like I played James and I played some Undertale because it came up on 18 Games and Counting.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the thing with Undertale is that a lot of this stuff, like the different endings and like how you should play the game and stuff, isn't explicit.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're sort of supposed to figure it out as you go along. In the sense that like you probably like you're not like there's no way you would get the absolute pacifist ending, or there's very little chance that you would get the absolute pacifist ending the first time through, because there's no reason to the idea that is important, that or the importance of that is not really made clear until later on, as you go. And like people who you meet in the game tell you to not do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like people you meet in the game lie to you, which is fun, which is cool. But if you're playing the game for the first time, you might, or there's like some of the pacifist stuff is very counterintuitive, right? There's like people who like you fight and you try to do the pacifist thing and they kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do it in like a special way.
Yeah.
So I can see that people would be, so there is more potential there, I feel like, for backseating, because there's information that you legitimately don't have.
Can we
if you play the game the first time?
Chat, I'm sorry if you take any of this personally, but please don't not all men this. Obviously, we're not talking about every member of the Undertale community. Not everyone is bad. But people in the Undertale community are doing bad stuff, and that's who we're talking about.
And it's kind of given the whole community, like, because we're done talking about Undertale spoilers, if somebody wants to post that in the chat, so anybody who had muted us can come back.
Yeah.
When I talk about the shitty parts of the Dark Souls community, I don't mean literally everybody who plays Dark Souls.
I mean, we've got many people in this office who play Dark Souls who aren't assholes.
And I feel like this might be actually a thing where, because Undertale is this sort of good-natured indie game, it's more the contrast. Like,
yeah.
I would guess that, like from a sort of external objective standpoint, the community is no better or worse than no worse than like the Dark Souls community or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's just I guess it's more of like surprise that it's like,
for such like a sweet-natured indie game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That people
And
get
so it's not
angry.
it's not like the community is particularly bad.
No.
It's just disappointing that it isn't better, I guess, is the thing.
Yeah.
Given the subject matter.
No, Alex Air, I'm sorry. We said these are things that are happening in the Undertale community. I don't think it's up to us to say, but of course only some people are doing this. There are things that are happening. It's not... we shouldn't have to spell that out for you to understand that we're not talking about every person in the Undertale community. I'm sorry. This happens a lot, and it's the onus should not be on. I try to do it anyway, but the onus should not be on the speaker to make it clear that when they're like, man, X thing is doing, like, X people are doing a bad thing, that they don't exhaustively mean every single person.
Yeah, or they have to exhaustively name it. But X people, hey, the Undertale community is bad, but it's only these 1,800 users, and then, like, read out their names. Anyhow, members of the Undertale community are not,
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, too, with a game like Undertale that's a single-player game.
Yeah.
Like, what the Undertale community even means.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it's just people... fans of it, people who play it.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're all, like, playing together. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also.
I mean, like, if you play Undertale, or are you part of the Undertale community?
Yeah. Also, there is some big debates in the Undertale community about what ships are okay, and there's a huge debate.
There are big debates in
every community.
Every community about, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't think this is unusual.
No, but this is a little bit unusual because there's a particular ship called Foncest that some people are like, but they're so cute, and other people are like, fucking no.
Someone in chat said, really, the worst part about the Undertale community is the people that want to fuck skeletons.
That's right. Or the skeletons to fuck each other, even though they're related, and a lot of people are like, no. I mean, there's some anime you can watch about that if that's your jam.
Considering the depth of the fan community around, say, Supernatural, which is explicitly about two brothers.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm done.
And, like, this is not a new thing.
No, it's not. No, but it's always weird, right?
Anyway, other stuff.
Broad strokes are important, Alexair, for being concise. We don't... It doesn't make sense to say that asterisk out loud every single time we're talking about a group. Sorry. Hey, this is super interesting. So Twitch introduced this thing a little while ago where if you want to watch specific League of Legends streamers, there's filters that you can put on where you can watch streamers based on what heroes they pick or how many wins they have. Mm-hmm. And it does that by the player, the streamer.
You tie it to your account.
Connects their account to Twitch. They're adding that filtering for Overwatch and Hearthstone automatically. There's a system that they're putting into place that looks at the pure visual data coming out of the stream and interprets it and turns it into filterable information.
So it's actually using image recognition to be like what character this person is playing, or what team they're on. You know, it can look for where the like character name is or where the different things are.
And the Hearthstone one can even figure out what cards are being played.
Yeah, I believe it's using
wow.
It's actually using like, you know, neural net stuff to figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's super
really
interesting.
Neat.
Yeah, so they'll be adding that for Overwatch and Hearthstone, because those are right. Computer vision and machine learning developed at ClipMine enables us to match creators and viewers in a very precise manner, because apparently Overwatch and Hearthstone are their apart from League, are their two other biggest games that this works for. Because PUBG is way up there, but like,
I don't think it works because there's not enough like unique distinguishing details and stuff.
No, you could.
It depends on.
You could track number of wins, but there's no like hero.
Yeah, I mean it depends. Like
what streamers are dropping at school.
It depends on what what kinds of things you would want to know.
Yeah,
you could probably be like, if for some reason you were like, I want to watch streamers that have this particular gun, like they could probably do that, but I don't see the point of it.
Yeah. As Nullzone42 points out, the other stuff all has static information that's consistently on the same place on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like what hero you're playing and like what kind of like weapons you're using and stuff.
It's the 1 second. Another story that broke 25 minutes ago. Hang on. Should have been the E3 announcement.
That's true. You could split solo, duo, squad. That wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be hard.
Wait, hang on.
Pink miniskirt. I mean, they could probably do it with Magic, but I don't know if enough people play Magic to, like, as compared to, like, League and, like, Overwatch, right? Mm-hmm. Like, as much people are streaming Magic to, like, get the database of stuff.
Yeah.
Age of Empires 4 has been announced.
Oh.
You recall watching the PC presentation at E3?
Oh, and they were just like,
and they were
Age of Empires.
Well, no, they were like... Well, they were like, Age of Empires came out 20 years ago. And if you're a fan of Age of Empires like I'm a fan of Age of Empires, then let me tell you, you're going to be very excited by this Age of Empires remake. And everybody was like, oh.
I knew what you were going to say, and I felt a pang of disappointment go through me, all in you.
Yeah, we were watching, we were like, oh. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, at the end of your presentation.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Here, good.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be down on the other end. That's the air conditioning I fired up first.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you hear that? That's our air conditioning guy. He's helping us out. So, Age of Empires, I don't know where Graham found this. Age of Empires 4 is coming out. Hey, let's all talk about our favorite Age of Empires stories.
Didn't they just didn't they also like they did that and they were like, here's the remake, da 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 da, and then at the end they were just like Age of Empires, like just like the words
Is coming.
Yeah.
Right? And people were like, but when? Why would you put this at the end of your stream? Like where you put the real exciting news. Hail the HVAC man. Yeah, the breaking news here is that our HVAC might be working.
So another story is historically Valve, if you make a game, you can request any number of keys for that game.
Yes.
So you can give those out, or you can sell them, or you can do whatever you want with them. Sure, you can do some lower thirds. So if you make like when you are selling, because you sell games on like Humble Bundle or other stores other than Steam, or you can give them to people or whatever, you can request as many keys as you want. Valve has realized that has actually resulted in some gaming of the system. So people set up things where they like, for some reason apparently it's actually worthwhile to like set up a thing for to try and get like more of the Steam like stickers. Apparently there's some value in those. So like people will make a game that'll be big, just like a nothing game. Like it'll just be like an opening screen or something.
Yeah.
They'll have achievements with it, and then they'll request like 500,000 keys for that game, and then give those keys to like bots, and they'll pretend to play the game and then do stuff. So Valve has now said that it's like, okay, we're still going to give out keys for free. That's no problem, but we're not going to authorize it like automatically regardless of thing. We're going to look at it based on the number of actual sales you have. So if you've had 10 sales and you are requesting 500,000 keys, we're going to maybe take a second look at
Maybe we're going to start you off with 500, and then we can give you more keys if you need them.
Yeah. Apparently that is a thing. The having selling 10 copies and requesting 500,000 keys. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting that people are trying to game the system that way. Actually, somewhat related to the to that Twitch image recognition thing, somebody has made a mod for Overwatch that adds the one thing that Overwatch has been missing all this time to stop it from really being a top tier game.
Right titty.
No. Zombies.
Yes,
Zombie
of course.
mode.
Yes, I saw this too.
Yeah, so what they did is sort of basically what it is, they set up a mode where it's like one team is all one character and one team is all the other character. I believe one team is all Torbjorns and the other team is all not Torbjorns. And then when you die, you switch teams. But that process of like dying and then switching teams turns out to be a lot harder than they thought it would be. And so
the other team is Reinhardt's.
Oh, Reinhardt's, right. Torbjorn's and Reinhardt's.
Why those two? Just because?
Torbjorn's, it's because you can like build turrets and stuff, so it's sort of a
like defense against the
defensive
zombies.
thing, yeah. And so in order to make it so you switch teams properly, he actually made a little bot or program that runs on the person's computer and does and basically looks at like the top corner of the screen where your character is, waits for it to go like with the X through it, which means that you died, and then inputs the commands to switch you over to the other team.
Interesting.
Because that's not actually a function of the Overwatch scripting thing. So,
That's kind of cute, though.
but yeah, I thought that was kind of a fun way of doing it. It's like it sounds like something I don't know. It feels like something that I would try to set out. It's like I want to do this thing, and I know it's possible. How?
We didn't know where this Age of Empires news came from, so we just started talking about
All
different
over the
things.
internet.
Okay. Well,
Oh, here.
oh.
Boop. It just got announced. So the thing is, like, presumably
Relic
they,
in Vancouver's making it.
yeah, presumably they must have known that this was a plan. It feels like, considering it's only August 20th, August 21st, I feel like they probably wanted to announce this at E3.
Didn't they just put like Age of Empires, like just the words up on screen and then ended?
No, it was. They announced that it was the HD remake.
This must be.
Yeah, but I thought they did like the HD remake trailer and everything.
No,
And then
they
at the
have-
end of that,
they have,
they
like-
just had like Age of Empires
No.
4 also,
I don't. I think they just had like a long
just like
chat
the text.
about how disappointed we all were. Yeah. Is this a Gamescom announcement? Maybe they figured only Germans could truly appreciate real-time strategy or strategic empire.
So,
you know
yeah,
what I mean.
Like I've never actually been a big Age of Empires guy, so I don't. I don't share the excitement, but I'm sure it'll be sweet.
Can I make a car still?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope that cheat is still in there. That you can make like a giant wave of cars that run
Big
around.
Daddy.
What about Bork Daddy?
Bork laser. Hey, good news, everyone.
What's that?
We've got 2 units
Mashed
sort of
together.
mashed together.
Well, we put
here.
a hole in between the two, but a proper hole.
The other one has air conditioning now. The one that got really, really gross and hot. Also, because of the huge door, it'll help this unit as well.
Oh.
But this one is still being worked on.
Yeah. This will be done. This side will be done on Wednesday, but that side it's notably colder over there already.
Oh, I'm so excited. Is he gonna install a panel for us so we can turn it off and
Yeah,
on?
he's doing that now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
The HVAC is the breaking news of Checkpoint.
Oh yeah, this is the one other thing I saw was
The Dixie Ascendero is going to the UK.
Good news, everyone.
so I think we mentioned this before, but as you know, the new StarCraft, the remake of the original StarCraft.
Yeah.
I think it just came out or it's about to come out. And the process of them doing the remake has been actually quite fascinating because they've had to because the whole thing is they don't have any of the actual work files for any of it. So they're just working. So they had to rebuild the entire thing from the actual like sprites in the game, and also like concept art and stuff. And so there was a great there's a great article that I was reading about talking about Zerglings.
Yeah.
Because the problem is in the real game, if you actually look at it, like in the original game, if you actually look at them, Zerglings are like 20 pixels, right? There's just like there's nothing to them.
They're like a Twitch emote.
Yeah, they're just like a little thing. But they're animated and stuff, and but your brain kind of fills in a lot of the details.
Yeah.
There isn't actually a lot of information there because they're really small, and so they were like, okay, well, it's important for us to maintain the same size of picture of actual sprite, and to maintain the same sort of outline of the thing because the sort of recognition is really important. But we've got to fill in more detail. So basically, they were like, okay, what does a Zergling actually look like? What should this stuff be? And it turns out Zerglings have little hands on the ends of their their like grabbers.
The things that because you can remember.
They've got little things to go like da da.
They're
da,
like
da.
yeah. They've got the 2 sort of appendages at the front. They've got like little grabby hands on the end of those appendages.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that nobody actually showed before,
No, stop.
as Kathleen is aptly demonstrating.
It's for head massages.
Yeah.
You think the Zerg are a horrible race, but actually they're just trying to get their aesthetics certificate, so they just need to give you head scritches.
Yeah.
But people look at them and they're like, horrible bugs.
And the
They're
problem
like,
is
we just want to learn how to do perms.
Prehensile pedipalps.
and the problem is that accidents are bound to happen when you have like 300 things all trying to
give you a head massage
at once. But they are trying to be.
They're gonna learn to do ombres next month.
Well, they would have if you hadn't killed them all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're adding music festivals to City Skylines.
ooh.
I should play that game again.
I should play No Man's Sky again.
Yeah. Apparently the grass is great now.
Yeah.
Still kind of.
Oh, you mean the actual grass?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean I don't mean what people smoke before they play No Man's Sky, which is
The grass
it's
does.
a very chill
It's
game.
a very chill game. Yeah, exactly.
I
The
know what
grass
that
still
means.
does go through the bottom of the thing.
Does it? Oh, well.
Not in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, there was also we were playing it, and there's like grass that kind of went off an edge a little bit, like the land went down and it kind of went straight.
It's not perfect procedurally generated system.
Yeah, I built like one really functional city in City Skylines that was like doing really well and quite profitable and stuff, and I was like, I should really build some sort of craven traffic abomination now. And then never got around to it.
Yeah. Turns out, like, actual functional city planning isn't quite as fun as.
I thought it was
making-
immensely fun. My city was beautiful.
You're-
My subway system was not well designed.
You're
I
quite
will-
right, All Mankind.
I will say
They've done a bunch of like little updates, but they've had 3 pretty massive updates since the streams that I played it initially.
Yeah.
But I have some other games I need to beat.
Graham and I are behind on our gaming.
Hopefully soon.
But you know what we did
Kathleen gridlocks the world.
we did play a very exciting game last night at home, which was clean our toilets.
Yeah.
Our bathrooms are so clean now.
They're like, the gameplay loop is not particularly compelling,
No.
but it's very rewarding when you beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's basically Dark Souls.
Destiny 3 weeks.
It's the
ran
Dark
3
Souls.
weeks.
It's the Dark Souls of home chores.
Destiny
Make
3?
way for piss.
Destiny 2 in 3 weeks.
Destiny is 3 weeks. Yes, Destiny 2 3 weeks away. I know.
I was like, Destiny 3? What? You haven't
Yeah.
even got 2 out
Of
yet.
course I cleaned behind the base. Jeez, what kind of disgusting animal
So,
do you think I am?
Speaking of Destiny 2,
The Leech DLC.
so I'm really having to temper my expectations because according to Bungie, they knew that one of the biggest complaints about Destiny 1 after it launched was that there wasn't enough stuff to do.
Right.
And so they apparently went ham on Destiny 2 with making like content.
Uh-oh.
So much so that at one point they stepped back and realized that they had more content than was supported by their level progression. They're just like,
As long as it's not like, bring me 10 bear asses. Now bring me 10 different bear asses as content.
no, but like the idea being that they had like,
That you would level cap out before you even finished.
yeah, exactly. So they which they've since adjusted, but apparently there's actually and this is not, they didn't go, oh, okay, we'll just hold some back for DLC. Like this is apparently still like in the game.
Cool.
So I imagine an amount of it will be bare acidry because it's MMO inspired. But
Oh,
the
I
thing
hate
is, there's over 80 story missions.
Wow.
Yes, and there was like what, 12
Yeah.
originally in the in vanilla Destiny. How many actual story missions were there?
Not many.
I can't remember. Yeah, I remember I got through the story missions and I was like, oh, okay, you know. But they've added a lot of other like one of the things people asked for was when you're doing patrol, right? And it's like you can do one of like 4 or maybe 5 different kinds of patrol things, and people were like, why not add more categories of patrol thing?
Instead of collect this butt, collect that butt, collect that slightly different butt, then shoot those butts.
Well, there was 2 of them, right? There was one that was like kill a bunch of dudes,
Yeah.
and then there was another one that was get a bunch of stuff that you have to get by killing a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, let's collect this butt, collect that butt.
Yeah, exactly.
And occasionally there was the just find these dudes and shoot them.
Yeah, but they've added more.
I watched you play a lot of Destiny.
Yeah, they've added more stuff like that actually has like value. Like the lost sectors seem to be is a thing that you can just sort of find as you're traveling around. That seem to actually have like feel like more meaningful content. The lost sectors look kind of like miniature strikes, kinda.
I mean,
I'm excited about Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I mean, of course, like any game like this, I'm sure most of the objectives will require killing a lot of guys.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
point of the game is to shoot
It's a
things.
shooting game.
Yeah.
So
Like, that's fine, but just like, it was like, hey, you can go on patrols on Mars. I think the nadir of patrols I saw in Destiny was where you're doing like this. Now it was a side quest for like a rare to level up your Galahorn or something like that.
yeah.
And it was like, hey, go onto Mars and collect relic iron, but collect a special kind of relic iron that you don't get a lot. It's got like a 6% drop rate or something like that.
That was fucking.
You need like
stupid.
30 pieces of it.
That was the shards.
You
That
need
was
near infinite pieces of it. It will take you hours.
only 10. You only need 10, but the drop
it took
rate
you
was
like
so
3 hours.
Yeah, the
It
drop rate
miserable.
was so low.
And then Graham did this, and he was like, Foxmar was helping him out, and they were both like, like slogging through this. And then Graham finally finished it and got his new Galahorn. And I said, how long is Destiny 1 going to be available for?
Yep. Glad I spent all that time. I don't even know if I've actually used it in like a strike or anything. Are you okay?
I just think it's really funny.
Could you stop?
All right. Final, final story here, which we can end.
Relic crystals. That was it.
Can end on an extremely non-controversial story.
Oh no.
Super Mario Odyssey producer Yoshikai Koizumi did a AMA on Reddit,
Okay.
and he feels that a hot dog does not count as a sandwich.
Yes!
Because
Okay.
it was a question that was asked. And then in response to that, Nintendo actually did an official Nintendo poll.
Oh no!
For
Oh my god, that's gonna be.
they asked on the Switch News channel.
Is this going to be the next Splatoon 2 fight?
No, the next Splatfest is Flying versus Invisibility, but after that is our hot dog sandwich is YN.
So they did a poll on the Switch News channel with.
Wait, you said non-controversial. People are like freaking out because I think it's going to be an argument. I don't actually care what you think.
And so what's interesting though is they did a poll on the Switch News channel, and 54% of Switch people said that it was indeed a sandwich.
Oh.
They contradicted the producer of Super Mario Odyssey.
Wow.
So I don't know what that means, but anyway. For what it's worth, apparently the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council has also argued that it is not a sandwich.
They have a vested interest. They have a vested interest. That's a commercial entity. I don't trust them.
A hot dog is an exclamation of joy, a food, a verb describing one showing off, and even an emoji. It is truly a category unto its own.
Is there a hot dog emoji?
Maybe. Probably.
Why haven't people been setting that instead of an eggplant?
I think it's recent.
Anyhow, it's not that I don't care what you think about all matters. I just don't care if you think a hot dog is a sandwich or not. I think if you need to have these
Nobody
kind
does.
of passionate, deep-felt opinions, you can have them. Just keep them to yourself. You can feverishly believe. You can go on internet forums late at night under a pseudonym and argue that hot dogs are not sandwiches, or hot dogs are sandwiches, or hot dogs are
there you go.
tacos.
Hot dog.
You could, but imagine it's like a weird sex fetish thing that people will be offended if they found out that you're into it. Just keep that to yourself. Keep that as a private thought.
So actually, I don't know. I may have talked about this before, but I actually find, for serious, I find the discussions of what is or isn't a sandwich, or like is a hot dog a sandwich, or is a whatever a thing, obviously are silly. But I find them actually kind of interesting from as a discussion, because it is something that it's like, people have whatever opinions either way, and you can make your opinion, come up with arguments or whatever. But it is something that is, it's something that obviously there's a spectrum of hot dog to sandwich.
Yeah.
And where you lie on that spectrum, and the idea, I feel like the idea of that things, that like the definition of what a particular thing is may not be super clear. The definitions of things in categories are often kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, because you can have an open-faced sandwich, which is literally just
Right.
something on bread. That's not a sandwich.
But then,
The first time I got a steak sandwich, Paul, I was like 9.
Disappointed?
And I was like, where's the other side of the bread?
Where's the other bread?
I just managed another
Two
piece.
things go together. My dad's like, no, it's an open-faced steak sandwich. I was like, what the fuck is an open-faced? Like, I swear, I was 9. I was like, what do you mean open-faced? He's like, it means there's no
But-
top. I was like, that's not...
So, but there's this idea
I was
that
incensed.
things can be in categories, but the categories can be kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
But the fact that the categories are fuzzy doesn't mean the categories are useless.
No.
That's true.
And so, and then maybe if you can start thinking about that with something stupid like whether a hot dog is a sandwich, maybe you can apply that to other stuff. There obviously in Checkpoint or in our stuff, it gets a lot of, like what's a video game, or what category does this video game fall into, right? Is it a JRPG? Is it whatever? Obviously, and the category, the definitions between those things can be quite fuzzy. And then, of course, you can get into, more controversial stuff about, like, what religion somebody is, or, what nationality somebody is, right? That categories...
Hard binary categorizations.
Yeah, categories can be fuzzy.
Work for very, very few things.
But that doesn't mean that but the fact that they're fuzzy doesn't mean that they're useless. They can still provide information while not being absolute.
Yes.
And I think that's actually an interesting point, and a useful point, and that's why I kind of like the is hot dog a sandwich debate.
Maybe we need a, like sexuality is actually a spectrum rather than a hard binary thing. Maybe we need a spectrum of sandwich.
Well, it's
It goes from...
the point is, you don't need to categorize a hot dog.
That's true. Who cares?
A hot
dog
dog
can just be it.
is a hot dog. What's a smoky? Is a smoky a hot dog? Kinda. Who
It
cares?
does-
It's a smoky. We have a word for it.
But it's like, like you can have a game with RPG elements. You can have a sandwich with hot dog elements.
It's just like a ham sandwich with like mustard and relish on it.
Oh, why is that ketchup? A ham and ketchup sandwich sounds really bad.
What's a
though.
smoky?
It's like a
Is that a regional thing? Do you guys not have smokies where you are?
It's like a sauce. It's
like a thick.
it's like a hot
it's like
dog.
a heavier duty sausage.
It's a
Yeah.
thick hot dog.
It is. It's a real thick dog. Yeah. It's
Anyway.
like you often get them at like street food carts. They're like it's a bigger hot dog, usually with like a smoky. Will often have like cheese.
A brat is
Yeah.
a kind of
Like a brat, sure.
It's usually in the same category, I think.
Yeah.
Smoky's not a thing in the UK. Not a
Wow,
thing in
is
Australia.
Is it smoky a Canadian thing? I need to look this up now.
I've definitely seen it advertised in America, like in American ads, but
I call those Italian sausages or kielbasa, but like Italian sausages and kielbasa are like specific recipes of sausage. We have them here in Minnesota. Yeah, but Minnesota is practically Canada light. I don't think that you can.
I feel like you've insulted both Minnesota and Canada there.
I've been to Minnesota. It's great. I actually really liked it. I was like, oh, it's
Oh.
very nice here.
Well, then you shouldn't have insulted
Smokies
them
are
like that.
Canadian.
Huh.
A type of sausage often used for hot dogs. Well, what do you know? We've all learned something today.
Have we? Have we really?
I mean, a bunch of people learned what a smoky was. I don't know that
Ontario knows not the smoky. Apparently it's a West Coast thing. What do you call like a thick hot dog then? Where it's like not just like the Oscar Mayer dog, but like it's a thicker, higher quality dog, perhaps with a line of cheese through the center. Oh, now I just want a smoky.
And with
hot
like
dog.
usually with a thicker skin too.
Yeah.
Often
Yeah.
it's like they score it before
They got more
do it.
bite.
Mm-hmm.
Just
We
a
call it a
sausage.
jumbo dog,
A
but
sausage.
it's not just a big hot dog though.
Because it's better than a hot dog.
It's got
A brat?
like the
Yeah, bratwurst is
Frankfurter.
the pink foam that makes a hot dog is not what's in a.
Sausage on a bun.
Yeah, I guess it's just a sausage.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is just a weird name for sausage. Alright, I think we've created enough arguments today. This is, for a chill chat point, it was surprisingly unchill.
I
And
think
They're often sort of scored like that because they're
Yeah.
they're so thick, and if you don't score them, then they
they
bend.
get bubbles on the outside
Yeah.
from like the outside cooking.
I think it's everybody has like that food is pretty common everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just everyone has different names for it.
Yeah.
It's important just that I feel like both hot dogs and smokies don't want to be lumped in with each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's welcome some subs.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Starting with
Neuroflare, a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, Neuroflare.
Neuroflare. And Burgolas for 16 months. Sorry, Paul. I have my last exam for my bachelor's degree in the morning. Thanks for giving me some distraction.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Damn, I Am Pretty for 16 months. Oh, Merry Eclipse Day, everyone.
Unseen Academical with an 8-month resub. Hopefully the AC will be on by the time my sub baby arrives. It will.
Yeah.
Better
The
be.
Pear Bear for 3 months says chat point hype.
Chat point.
Flying Ultra Car, nice, for 25 months. Subscribing to celebrate the eclipse plus my relatively new username. Oh, changed from Lady Thimbletron.
Oh, hey, well, welcome back. Steampunk Jesus, a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel.
Escheria Cole for 43 months says, now that the plans are in motion, I feel confident saying I'm moving to Victoria next month. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Looking forward to living in your lovely city. Nice.
Welcome.
Was the Free for 11 months.
JS1813 with a 6-month resub. Welcome back.
And Shadmed for 11 months said, add a message to the streamer.
Tino Didrikson for 22 months. Trivia. A length of 22 yards is called a chain because in 1920 a clergyman used 22-yard chain to measure something.
Feistier Ermine for 11 months says, ready to hear about some games news? Hope Moonbase Mark V is coming together well. It is.
The Bob 58 for 4 months. Thank you.
Nosebleed is a new subscriber.
Welcome. No Rush for 43 months says,
Bald Rash for 30 months says, 30 months supporting some rad people. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for your support.
Glowdenox for 2 months says, let's see if this sub spree will outlast Moonbase Mark V. I'm pretty certain it will.
Please no. Morton is a new subscriber. I don't want to move again.
Ampenstein for 2 months. Get primed.
Konu78 for 3 months says, an Eclipse Lure and a 3-month anniversary. If not for the headache, today would be great. Hope you get some Advil.
Banather for 2 months. Hope you guys are liking the new Moonbase.
It is
We are.
very sweet. Delta V for 17 months. Checking the Mark 5 points.
Sakranos for 16 months. Hope the move went well and I'm looking forward to the tour. Yeah.
Zabaron for 46 months. Thank you, Zabaron.
JKMDDS, new subscriber, welcome.
Bene Mene is a new subscriber.
Doc Samurai for 13 months in a row. Just got a promotion at work, so I guess 13 is my lucky number.
Congratulations. Kiwi Jelly for 3 months says, I've seen references to Total Eclipse of the Heart, but has anybody made a moon shadow joke yet? Oh, it's much better, actually.
Scatman 18 for 5 months.
Cerulean for 24 months says 2 years. Wow, it only feels like 18 months.
is the NG for 25 months. It's a lot of months. Hey.
Agarius for 12 months says there are assholes everywhere. All of us have been one. Being proud of the production of that orifice is the problem. That's one way of saying it.
KNSD with a 44-month resub. What's up?
Reser 6 for 7 months. Air conditioning hype. Hype.
Please, please. Waffle Unleashed for 5
Oh
months.
no.
Null Zone 42, a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel.
A banana from Reddit for 18 months. So good at measuring.
Oni Squirrel for 5 months. So Kathleen Sandwich Hour, new stream? No.
Laser 123454321 with an 11-month resub. If a hot dog is a sandwich, what is a corny
A
dog?
burrito.
Muscle Wizard 123 for 4 months. Hey guys, just here for a quick resub. Beta dubs. I'm going to GP Ments this week. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Ooh. Copio Zero for 5 months says, woo! 5 months.
Sense Amidst Madness, 11-month resub. Happy move. Looking forward to the LTs. It's going to be a big one.
Feltic for 11 months. The moon base is dead. Long live the moon base.
And Cans 12 for 2 months.
And thanks for 1,471 bits from Foxmar320, Earthen One, W Nivik, and MTV CDM.
And somebody some welcome that explained what
Thousands of those bits were from Foxmar. Holy crap.
Wow, thank you, Foxmar. Aw. What was the chain?
Whoop.
Go back to the, it was early on. Oh no, keep going down.
There was one right near the beginning.
Yeah, it was right near the beginning. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Trivia: a length of 22 yards is called a chain because in 1620 a clergyman used a 22-yard chain to measure with it, and it stuck, aka Gunter's chain. That sounds like imperial measurements.
Ravage 2002, did you resub, like, just now?
Also, Cuttlefish Man.
Hey!
For 8 months in a row, make sandwiches, please.
And
now I need lunch.
I'm so hungry. Yeah, W. Nivik wanted to trade some bits for a smoky, and MTV CDM was voting for andouille sausage.
We just had some andouille sausage.
It was very good. I'd never cooked with it before.
Andouille sausage tastes smoky.
Yeah, because it's got like some of that, like
For
flavor.
for whatever reason, Ravage 2002, you do not seem to be on the sub list. Although I do see that you are subbed by your little mark in the chat.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ravage
you
2000
definitely are subbed. It just didn't pop up on Lurbot. Didn't see it.
Yeah. So Ravage 2002, thank you so much for your substitute, or for your subscription. We really appreciate it.
And 300 bits from Inkslayer. My last bits before salary. Take me with joy.
Taken joyously.
And sorry if I got a little cranky earlier.
It's all very warm in here.
I just don't like
Not
having.
for long.
I don't like having my intent misinterpreted.
All right.
All right. Well, that is it for the news that was fit to talk about.
What are we going to do now?
Tonight is going to be, well, we're going to keep working on the moon base. Tonight's
Yeah.
going to be Matters of Import.
Yep.
And they're going to be playing.
More Lupin the Third.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
I believe this will be their second go at it.
Yeah.
After a short break, in fact.
Oh, and
Yes.
there was a new Sidewalk Slam.
Yeah.
Just went up finally. God, it feels so good.
Just went up a couple days ago.
Just went up.
Went up yesterday.
Oh, nice.
It's the one that we recorded after the pre-release with Matt Tabak
Oh yeah.
for Extreme Rules and Money in the Bank.
I know that one was highly anticipated.
I know. So, yeah. Sorry
Got there.
that took so long. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do ones for the pay-per-views that we've missed, but maybe we can like pick it up again for SummerSlam, which was this past weekend, and that I haven't watched yet. I'm gonna watch it on Wednesday. But the trick there is that we don't quite have a podcast set yet, and still might not.
Yeah.
So who knows?
July mail time, says Petra Sudimorphy.
Oh, I can probably get that online today.
Yeah, I actually finished editing it before we moved, so it could go up while we were moving, but then it didn't get uploaded before we moved. So
That's my bad.
stuck in computer limbo. But yeah, we could probably now, as a warning to anybody watching July mail time, basically a couple days before we started packing the moon base, we were like, the line is drawn here. We are not opening any more mail time stuff because we won't have time to film it and we don't want it to get lost. So there's a huge pile of stuff for mail time, which is all going to be sort of, there's going to be a huge sort of September, August mail time, I think.
Because the problem is we've got a whole bunch of boxes for mail time, and then we put a bunch of our stuff in boxes,
From
and
mail time.
we wanted to make sure that didn't get confused.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of sealed packages. Yeah. August mail time is almost certainly going to be going up in September because we haven't actually even had a chance to open packages because we're still unpacking the moon base. So will be a break in mail time, but your stuff is still being received. We are still taking it in and holding on to it. We just don't have a good place to open it yet. So.
Thank you, Fabulous Sasquatch. And tomorrow, for New Day Tuesday, Heather and myself will be trying out a game called All Walls Must Fall.
Oh.
And I don't really know anything about it, except that we have a code for it to try it out. I think it's sort of in a preview stage right now.
Perfect
Beta.
for New Day Tuesday.
But yeah, it should be interesting. I've just seen the trailer for it, and it looked kind of cool. So yeah. Heather and Paul, all walls may fall, must
Yay.
fall, will fall. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we will be seeing you later.
Graham, when you say not sure if you still have a podcast, are you implying that Sidewalks Time is going away? Or if I misunderstood? No. We don't have a podcast set.
Yeah, the podcast
we have
room
nowhere to film it.
is currently being set up.
Yeah.
So, it might take a little bit to get that ready.
Yeah.
But once it is, things will return to normal in that respect.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later.
Oh, did we welcome the last
Z
person?
Wrench has subscribed for 10 months in a row saying Mega Mail Time Hype.
Welcome back.
Yay! Okay, now we are gonna go. It was nice talking to you, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.